Heute schauen wir uns in Arizona das Highlight für die Flugzeugfans an, den Flugzeugfriedhof.
Take about an hour and 10 minutes or so. If you look out your window, you'll notice the dirt. Well, that's why we're here. The ground is called caliche, and I think it's the Pima Indian word for concrete. But that's why we're here. That's why the boneyard's here, the air base is here, and the Air Museum is here. The ground is the third largest air force in the world. They're all pickled or parked like you park your Mercedes in the driveway. You put the cloth over it. That's the way you protect. To come over and do a tour to show us the new thing. You know him? Does he owe you any money? Nose on it, right? More radar on that bird. And she's also probably some type of electronics warfare. I can spray it with a thick black latex tape that basically seals it. Bunch, group, herd, whatever you park airplanes in. The second one, you'll notice the cockpit is longer. It's a training version. These are flyable aircraft. It would probably take 85 hours to get the first one out. It's called 1010 oil in them, very like lubricating oil that the jets use. They suck the air out of the container and pump in clean. They all come off, looks like 141s. Thank you. They will be taken back, cleaned, and pickled in those cans right now because the Russians were here. And the strategic arms limitations talk is in effect again. So we're downgrading our bombers as well as the missile program. This is Celebrity Row. Let's see if I can find that one air. McDonnell Douglas version 4, but 4 engines. About 10 years ago, McDonnell came back and took the other one of the 15s, and it's in California in a museum. That's the Hornet. The early Hornets, second generation, while the B models went to the Blue Angels. Pretty airplane. Well, if you look at the cockpit, there's a flat area right in front, little kind of an oval. Well, that is where the HUD used to be. HUD was the heads-up display. I know on some of your Mercedeses and Cadillacs you have the thing on the windshield that says how fast you're going, or maybe has a GPS, flashed right on your windshield so you don't have to look down at the gauges. That's what the HUD is. It there tells me that it was a target. Okay, that's the way they would identify targets years ago from the 50s, 60s, and 70s. You'll see some more like that. That airplane in the 1950s was our combat jet, the first one that could break the sound barrier in level flight, right? 750. You can sit on the end of the runway, fully loaded with fuel and weapons, go down the runway, rotate the nose gear, suck up the gear, put the nose straight up, and break the sound barrier going in excess of 60,000. Yes, sir. Let me get another picture out here for you. Volkswagen Bug. It is quicker, I'll pass that around. It is quicker to refuel it, rearm it, change the gun and the weapon, electronics version. Did anybody figure out what's wrong with that airplane yet? Something very wrong with it. But it has the same wings, same 2 seats. It's a great airplane. You fly it for 4 hours, you work on it for, over 50. Very expensive airplane. Back out. Eject the film canister. Aircraft on your right side. These are the A4s and my fuel tanks. They won't get rid of those. But the new contract. These are usable airplanes. They're just made safe and parked. Sorry about there, but I would bring your rock skis. I have one ski lift, but it's started out right here. Very neat, very clean. If you look behind the last two here on the right, you'll see some long-winged aircraft. Now the cargo deck on the C5 Galaxy is as long as that wing is, 122 feet. Two big turbo bypass engines on the wings and 2 small jets underneath. The big turbo engine gets you up to about 60,000 feet. When the air gets thin, you turn the little engines on, go up to 80,000 feet and just cruise around or detonate a nuclear or something. These Phantoms will never see air again. Stay on the right side. In the museum, that's what those 8 are for. B-1B Lancers. The Russians even made us take the fuel tanks out of each one of these. These aren't going to see flying. 2s in the back. More F-111s. Now we kept these F-111s alive until the Australian folks, the last ones to use the aardvarks, or they have better airplanes, and we have all the spare parts they need. Big Galaxy. This field where that Galaxy, probably about another 10 Galaxies that we parked out here on the dirt. They won't sink in. Notice the crooked tail on a B-52 out there? Backs on them. The manager said, don't worry about it, we're going to chop up anyhow. Cut the side, send it away. Kind of scary, huh? On them are flyable machines, and some are, and especially like some